Hi everyone, so it is July 30th, it's Sunday, and I want to point out the numbers 121 and 1515 here, and I do want to take a note that this particular video is going to resonate with people at the time of me posting this. It's going to resonate with people later who find this video. It's gonna resonate with people who watch it now and then revisit it, and you're gonna see this message in a whole new way. And it's gonna resonate with people later who watch it now, who have this glimmer of hope and wish that this would resonate with them, and feeling as if it doesn't currently. You will see how it unfolds for you, or it will be revealed to you how it has been unfolding for you. So I feel like I just need to scribble. So you're probably just going to see me with my eyes closed the majority of the time, I would think, or I don't know, like that, or because I'm already like, it's like a lot. It's a lot of information. So I just need to let God work through me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's do it. Okay, you ready? Okay. So someone's talking very highly of you. Okay, it feels like an actual person. It feels like one person in particular who's talking among a group of other people, or like a few other people. And this person feels well connected. And I mean that in multiple ways. I mean well connected to other people, and they're of good nature. These are good people, good natured, good eggs. That's how you would say. Those are good eggs. And it feels like people who are actually in a realm of some sort of environment where there are a lot of people who may be tempted to go another way, and yet these people have remained true to who they are. They're very honorable in the sense that they honor themselves enough to treat them and treat themselves with enough integrity and respect to say, I want to keep learning, or I want to know more, I want to stay open. And they don't follow, I'm hearing indoctrination. They don't follow some sort of indoctrination. They're not indoctrined into something and then they're showing programming, and they show it in like, I'm seeing in like a multiple, like mechanical ways. Like it's just like a multitude of ways, but the mechanical part is really what's showing, where they really want me to use that word pre-programming, you know, where we all have the way that we perceive the world. Right? And part of our own spiritual evolution, just like in life, we have to kind of take some of that programming apart and see kind of what we really feel, or what we really perceive. So these people are dedicated to that. I don't feel like that's like their identity necessarily. I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? Like they just live their life, but that's who they are. Like, you know, it's like as a person, like in their heart, right? That's who they are, right? You get what I'm saying. I mean, I'm seeing particular groups of people, and I think they're showing me to explain this. So there's like these communities of people that are like very just, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even want to say who they are, but like they're really good people. And they believe in a certain, they have a certain religion, okay? But the way that I've seen that they recruit people, like not recruit, they're not actively, like they don't actively recruit people, but the way that people kind of get drawn into this is because these people are really, really nice. They're really nice people. And so others who are kind of lost, or kind of looking, or called to it in whatever way, is like, You know, if I were to believe in something, if I were to believe in God, if I were to believe in a higher power, like these people are really good people. They're really happy. They're really nice. They're really friendly. And a lot of them are very successful people in the physical world, right? They're very well-connected people. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. It's kind of like that, right? Just dedicated to being open-minded, but then they have their foundation, they have their morals, they have, you know, what's right and what's wrong. Okay, and they're super connected to beings. It's not specifying what beings this is, but it feels high vibrational beings. So energies off in other dimensions, angels, which is kind of the same in some ways, archangels, guides, guardian angels, all of the higher realms, higher vibes. So there's some high vibing people that are talking about you, okay? And they're also talking, it feels like it's a congregation, or they're connecting, they're contacting these higher vibrational beings. It's not really, I mean, it is contacting, but it's a back and forth communication. But it feels like they were contacting this first with the subject of you. So, I don't know if I know I said it in the live, but I'm going to say it again because I don't know if I said in other videos. So you've chosen the highest path for you. You're a healer. That's what I feel. You're a healer, okay? And you've chosen the highest path with the options. And the way that I'm seeing is, in essence, what it is that you had a destined path of which you could take. What options of like the high, we're using 3 because I don't know why, that's the fingers I'm using. So it's like you had 3 options, and it's like, how do you create your reality, right? How do you manifest your life? How do you choose to perceive the world? And so what you've chosen is the highest level of that. And they're acknowledging that that's not necessarily, your guardian angels, and okay, we'll get it. There's another individual, there's some high vibrational being, okay? Your soul family, someone, okay, we'll get into that. So you've chosen that, and you're a healer, and they're acknowledging that in that course that you've chosen, there has obviously been a lot to experience in order for you to know firsthand how to heal yourself. So you've healed yourself, and then by example, it's by example you're healing others, but also by like touch, like energetic touch. Like I'm seeing like beams, like rays, and they're showing me the 222's important here, and then they're showing me the Maya Angelou quarter and how there's a bird with rays going off of her. And so it's this healer, and then they're acknowledging Maya Angelou as a healer and identifying her as someone who's imperfect. She's an imperfect person in the sense of the way that we would perceive her, right? She has wronged people. There are people who may feel slighted by her. She may have intentionally fallen victim to her humanness, you know, and yet she was a healer. She had to have these experiences in order to progress into her role as who she had become. And so identifying yourself on that highest vibe is acknowledging your faults, acknowledging your experiences, acknowledging your imperfections, and in that, falling into the current gratitude of who you are by suspending yourself in the now. And when you suspend yourself in the now, that means untethering yourself from the programming that has set you back to have the caliber of which you know how bad things can be, because that is where you have come in order to heal yourself, right? So your definition of a hardship in all terms of certain of everything, of a broken heart, of losing people close to you, of losing things around you, all of these kinds of things, you know, even how you felt towards yourself. Like your caliber is very painful, right? And that's in order for you to bring yourself into that healing force field, to have that, right? What does that do for you now is what they're saying. What does that do for you now? Because you're the only person that could unlock that within you by identifying this within you, by seeing this within you, the power within you. And then they're saying to remember who you are is to remember who you've been and who you will always be and you will become. That is who you are. And then they're saying to break that apart, break that sentence apart, who you are, and then put it all into one, right? So let's say it's like, who are you? It's like, well, I'm powerful, right? And powerful in the sense of the power of love, right? So I am love. I am love embodied, you know, into physical, whatever. So break that apart, because you see, like, each word is like I space am space love. The way I'm seeing it is kind of like the patterns of which you have tethered yourself to the past. I am love. Like, it takes a while to get you to the word love. When you can shorten it and am, right? Like, who are you? The word are is be, like be, in. So this is what is like love, right? Do you get what I'm saying? Like they're breaking it down to its essence, and it's kind of like internalizing it. Like, I am love feels like you're almost talking to the outside. Like, I am love. It's almost this yearning. And then bringing it in, saying now, present, love. And so they're bringing me to this vision I had a long time ago. I did a reading for one of my friends, and we were at a distance. I don't think I had anything with me. I wasn't scribbling anything. And I got pulled into a portal. And this has never happened to me before, with another person at least, where I was literally in a trance. I could not get myself out of it. Like, no matter how hard I tried to pull myself out of this trance, I couldn't do it. It was their guides, it was my guides, and they were pulling me through. And they had explained to me in that moment that this was a destined point in my life, that this was supposed to happen. And the way in which they brought me to this vision was the workarounds of everything in order for me to be motivated enough to do their reading. And so everything that kind of led up to that brought me to this point in order to envision myself in their vision. I saw myself in their vision. And after the whole vision, when it comes to the part of me, I never forgot it. Because I was a part of it, and I was in such denial. Like, immediately I was like, you know what, maybe it's not me, and I'm seeing someone else that looks very similar to me, that I changed it in my mind to embody that because I wish it were me. It's like the person that I were to become, which is the person I am now. But in the past, I'm thinking, well, it is the person I am now, but it's even in the past, it's the person that I was then too, because I am who I've always been. And so when I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, that's the kind of person I've always wanted to become. That would be so healing to know that that's the kind of person that I've actually become, because from the place that I was at the point of me having that vision, it felt like everything was stacked against me. There was so much I was working against, that to become that person, I felt, how can that possibly be? You know, I knew that if I persevered, I could eventually get there. But I did have those doubts of if it would ever happen in this life, if I could ever become that in this life, because of just the hand that I was dealt, right? But it's the hand that I was actually, I actually chose. But anyway, so, yeah, and I saw myself in the eyes of spirit, in the eyes of God, in the eyes of my guardian angels, and it was so pure. And I thought that would be so healing if I could believe that, if I knew, if I had proof right now that that was me. I'm done. I'm happy. I'm content. I am at peace. But I could not believe it. And every time something would come true that would bring me closer to alignment with that vision, I would still deny it. I'd be like, you know what? But this didn't happen. But this didn't happen. But this didn't happen. And so it was always this way in which I was still subconsciously trying to battle against what I knew, right? It was that programming that was I was just stuck. I wasn't stuck. I was still moving, right? I was still progressing. But it's just the way it is, I guess. That's how it was going for me. And so what happens, I eventually just kind of, I don't know. It's just, I kept working at it, right? I kept working at it until finally I kind of settled with that feeling of like I finally was at peace. Before, I was, everything kind of manifest, and it hasn't even completely manifested yet, but it's continuing to. And so I finally just became at peace with myself and with everything. And when I reflect back on that moment, I feel so at peace. I feel so proud. And I really see how I suspend myself continuously in gratitude. Not all the time. There's still those moments that I start getting kind of fearful or just like stressed, because I also know the caliber of which how bad things can get for me. That, you know, sometimes we are grateful, or we call out to God in those moments, in our weaker moments. But when things are good, it's almost as if it's like, God, don't take it away from me. You know, it's like, God, I can't be happy. I can't be still. I can't be peaceful. I can't be at peace right now, because what if something happens? You know, where it's like, if it can get better, it's like a hoarding feeling, right? But the more that you kind of just see God in the now, like be grateful for the now, let go, right? And appreciate the now, in the sense of like the way when I say that, I'm being drawn to flowers, I'm being drawn to the sand, I'm being drawn to the dirt, the grass, the flowers, the butterflies. I probably said flowers twice. I'm seeing a bunch of flowers. It's like in those beautiful moments you see God, right? And it is that's one of the closest ways you can get to spirit itself, is through nature. And I'm hearing you're gonna receive a sign soon. If you haven't yet, which would be if you did, it would have been very recent. And it's connected to nature. You're gonna receive a sign in nature, and I'm talking about how God speaks to you, who is not human, right? It speaks to your humanness in a way in which you can receive the message. And it's going to come through nature. It's going to come through nature very soon. It's kind of a vague thing. But I guess because this is a, you know, whatever kind of video. So anyway, and so what I'm seeing, why I bring this up, is because I feel they're saying, where have you received a vision of yourself? Where have you had a premonition about yourself? Where have you felt that desire of who you wanted to become? And it doesn't have to be as distinct as a vision, right? It's that desire in you. And it's coming true. They want you to kind of sit with that, right? Because part of my vision, I saw myself with cats. And I was like, there's no way I have a strict rule against cats because I have birds. And lo and behold, I have cats now. And so it's still, again, continuously coming true. And so it's this feeling of like, even for me, it's like, sit with that for a minute, you know, and really see just like how glorious it is to feel safe. You can feel safe. You are safe. You are safe now. You were safe then, but you're safe now. You're safe in the goodness, right? Like in the good times, you were safe. So feel that release and that relief. And it's this feeling of like your heart opening up and feeling safe to enjoy, right? Like, it's kind of like if you're so used to having a manicured lawn, manicured garden, making sure everything's right, you don't really get time to actually enjoy it. You're thinking about all the other things that are around it, all the other things you have to take care of when it comes to that. But then to finally kind of realize, hey, I can take a step back and everything's going to be okay. I can actually really enjoy it and like really get to the essence of why you even started to grow a garden, why you even started to mow, you're like all of those things, like get to the essence of that, right? And then you'll even be surprised. That's what I'm saying, is this is some sort of symbolism for something was like when you leave the grass alone, and then I'm seeing like rabbits coming and nursing their babies, and birds, you know, kill deer and all that, they lay their eggs on the ground. So it's like you're welcoming in more. You're welcoming in more abundance when you do that. That is in the essence of who you are. That feels more like you than the kind of rushed feeling here, and kind of perfectionist kind of thing. And okay, so that energy I was talking about that's over there, now this goes back to that reading, right, where I said, so you pick the highest path, and there's this energy that's protecting you from some other there's some dark energy that's it's keeping a watchful eye on you, and it's trying to find a way in. And so the vision I had with this, because I saw this for me, and they're saying that it's going to be synchronistic, it's the same, is, and then they're stopping me and they're saying, before you say that, talk about what's been going on. So like the past 3 months, I feel, or like 3-4 months, maybe 5 months, and then the next 3, 4, 5 months, 3 or 4 months, not 5. There's some sort of major shift energetically where the unseen world is even closer than it's ever been. I mean, like within like thousands of years, it feels. And there's going to be more shifts like that. Like that's kind of this feeling like dun, dun. Like if you heard the roof, it's like shift, major shift. And I see a continuation of this. And they're bringing me, so yeah. And so with that, there are these energies trying to connect in new ways that they weren't able to connect necessarily in the same way as before. All energies. And so there's a lot of visitations, I feel, that people are receiving from all energies, whether it's positive, like high vibrational, or it's low vibrational energies coming to visit. And everyone's kind of, you know, it depends, right? Reacting in different ways depending on where they're at, spiritually, I guess, and just whatever kind of path they're on, life path, you know. And so what I see is this energy that's protecting you. It feels like the vibration, it feels more physical. And what I mean by that is it's a high vibrational energy from some other dimension. I would say alien, I guess, an alien species, right? Some alien race, some alien energy. It feels like your soul family. Someone from your soul family. Where your major origins are, your origin beyond your human vessel, like who you mostly maintain yourself as, who you would identify yourself as beyond human. What are you really kind of feeling? And so there's like this vibration, this energy, and they feel like they're the one that's overseeing you from this soul family, this energy, this offset place. And where I'm seeing is they're showing me pray night, and they're showing multiple things. So this is a break off of other subjects with the pray night. So the pray night, I know, is the healer of healers stone. I know this because I have a particular healer who I was talking to several years ago, and I asked them to pick a stone out for me, and I was gonna kind of just like have it for sentimental value. And they picked the pray night out. We both didn't know what it was, and I ended up looking it up later, and that stood out to me because the name pray, you know, the word pray in it, but it's Prehnite, pray night. And then I just thought that that was interesting because the healer picked out a healing stone. And they're bringing up a subject about how they believe the world is ascending. And in that, there are all these darker energies that are coming in and taking people out of here because they don't resonate with this world anymore. They're too low vibrational, so they're being taken out, you know, by these dark energies. That's what they believe. That's what they saw. And so they're showing me that, and then they're saying, look at the chemical composition. I don't know if still bite is going to be chemically the same. I don't know, but like basically look at the chemical composition of prehnite. And in that chemical composition, there should be vast similarities to another mineral. And that mineral will have some properties that are shared with, I'm calling it a spiritual organization that you are part of. Feels like your soul family, but you're part of a spiritual organization within this soul family that is shared among other spiritual organizations, or like other soul, like other origins. So it's like all of these little alien races that come together that you're a part of somehow. And there's one that's like watching over you as you are ascending into a higher, it's a higher learning, but it's a higher path. It's a, why did I say higher learning? Why did I say that? Because you're like, you're expanding your language. That's what I'm saying. Like spiritual language. Anyway, so look up the chemical composition of I want to say still bite, I don't know why, of prehnite, and try and find whatever connects to, I don't know, your origins, okay? Okay. So all of that, let's connect all of that together. So what this healer said, you're a healer, what's going on with you, all of this, and then let's look at the lower density, right? The whole thing with Trisha Paytas that I saw, the Moses Hackman Trisha Paytas video, and how in her video I mentioned this energy that's coming in for her. It feels like a phantom energy. And I've never seen this energy in a living individual before. It feels like, if it's the best word I can use, it's phantom. It's like Dracula, gargoyle, like some gargoyle I feel is like protecting, I guess, and something. But it's like it has like swooping. It's like whoosh, swoops in, takes the soul, it's not taking the soul, it's taking the perception of, it's the spirit's perception of its reality. It's a narrowing, right? So as you ascend, you widen your perception. When you descend, it narrows and narrows and narrows and narrows and narrows into hell, into perpetual hell. And it's swooping in to narrow her. And I keep hearing, call me by your name, call me by my name. And I believe that's a song by that Satan kid, whatever he is, I don't know. But then they say, and then they're breaking it apart, right? So in demonology, there are pacts that you make in order to kind of advertise for them. you call them by their name, you do all this kind of stuff, right? You don't even have to, so it depends, but they're just specifying that, like all the different pacts in which there's that. But in essence, what are you doing when you call someone by name? You go down to their level, and then they're specifying, what would the devil do to a truth teller? I don't know, it's like ballad, like to the ballad. I don't know, maybe they're connecting me to that Tim Ballard guy, because I'm hearing Ballard and to the ballad and then Ballard, and then they're showing truth tellers. So it's like the way a devil can try and mislead others and twist the truth is saying, oh, well, you're calling me out on something. You're the bad person. You're sinking to their level. You're doing, it's twisting, it's manipulating the truth, right? When Ballard is just a truth teller, right? You're the truth teller. Be honest, tell the truth. Which reminds me to my vision that I didn't get to. I'll get to it in a minute. And so there's a difference between the vibrational difference between telling the truth and then sinking to someone's level. When you sink to the level of the devil, they're saying, what are you doing? Is you're lowering your vibration, right? So it's not about the battle itself. It's the fact that you sink to the level in which you can battle. Because what they're doing is riding your coattails up. They're trying to get you to bring yourself down, right? And when you go back to the beginning of saying where you're at with the gratitude, and you learned the lessons already. You've experienced the things you had to experience. And honestly, I don't even feel you came into this world with that much like karma or sin or whatever, You were born of sin. We're continually sinning and all of this, but in that I don't feel you carried that much into this world of things to really learn. I don't. I feel like you came in here to really be a teacher. And so in order to teach, you had to learn. You had to do you had to experience all of that. So these entities want you to keep yourself programmed, to keep yourself from feeling feeling unsafe, which in essence is not feeling that full scope of gratitude for where you are now, really embracing yourself now, untethered from the past of what has been, right? Really, really embracing that and praising God for the beauty of which exists within your life now, right? And so with Trisha, what I see is she chose the lowest, if not the lowest in one of the lowest paths that she can take, right? So the way that she perceives the world, the way that she acts in the world, the way that she reacts, the way that she Her decisions are leading her to opening. It's not even opening the door, right? Like her foundation is built upon debris. It's not a rocky foundation in the sense that it's going to crumble so easily and she can build herself back up. It's debris, compacted debris. So it's solid, but it's debris. And the panels, her house is made of cheap material. And she's pulling the panel. She's not even opening the door. She's just moving the panel, opening the panel, and it swoops in and grabs her. It's looking for a way in, right? Just as this energy that I was talking about for you on highest realm is looking for you to open the door for it. But you're not at a vibration in which that will happen. How is it doing this for you? It's looking to tempt you. It's looking to tempt you by acting as if it were, it's a fake energy. It's fake. It's trying to play off your ego, trying to play off something that will tempt you away from who you are. And that's the point, is this won't, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're not at that place in life anymore. You never really were, but you're just at this level of spiritual and mental maturity that like nothing can distract or lead you away. And they're saying what you need to do, and this is what I saw in my vision for me, and this is totally resonant with you. They said to me, you need to tell the truth. No matter what, you need to be honest. And I'm already an honest person, but I have to be honest with myself too. And I can't have that false sense of security in saying, yeah, I'm honest, I tell the truth, everything's fine. But I know in my back arsenal, if I really wanted to, I could lie. If I really wanted to, I don't have to tell the truth, right? That's a dagger in my back. That's not being honest. That's a false shield. The true armor, the true shield, the true strength is living by truth. By living by truth, you're living by love. By living by love, you are living by God. And so you have to commit yourself to that in the capacity of which nothing dishonest can thrive or reside and multiply within you. You can't let that virus infect you. You can't. You shouldn't. And that's you doing your part. That is the only way in which you will entertain this energy. And if you slip up in that, then I see you'll still be a good person, somewhat. I mean, vibrationally, you're still very up there, but you're not going to be where you're meant to be, and you'll have to just figure it out a different way in some other lifetime, some other way. Not as this incarnation, as who you are in this life. But that's literally all you have to do to protect yourself. And these energies will take care of the rest. They will take care of the rest. That's all they're asking of you. And I do feel Archangel Michael coming in at the right time that will destroy all of this. They will destroy the enemy. They will destroy the darkness. But it's important for it to kind of sneak its way around trying to get into your field, because it's teaching everyone around you. It's like training. So I'm saying it's training all of these other energies around you that are connecting with you, and you're connecting too. You're able to perceive them better now. You're starting to remember them. You're starting to see them. You're becoming more of a spirit than you are of this person, right? You're becoming much more connected. And in that, it's training them, and it's training yourself. It's securing yourself. It's kind of like when you get a vaccine. I'm sure my video is going to be flagged for that because I said that word. AI is going to find me for that. But you are exposed to that particular virus, that element, in order for you to build the immunity, right? And so it's sort of like that, where you have it in your peripheral, and it's building your relationship in your incarnation right now, because you still have a limited, right where you're at right now. There's some limitation here. It's not that you're distrusting or not fully trusting necessarily what's going on, but I think it's more of just an adjustment period. I think that's all it is you just adjusting. And so while you're adjusting and kind of re-strengthening as this energy, as your spirit, that is bringing awareness of, I really don't have to explain it. I really don't. I mean, told, like, you really don't have to explain it. And so I'm not going to, honey. I have some Archangel. Like, that's what I just pull a card, okay? Clairvoyance, indigo, and crystal children, Archangel Metatron. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. And clairvoyance, Archangel Raziel. I am helping you with your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love split. Archangel Raziel, take your power back. So double. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest the blessings in your life, okay? Archangel Raziel, spiritual understanding. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand your spiritual truths. Okay, so bada bing, bada boom. Metatron and Raziel, have interrupted the chat. Go ahead and do some Googling or meditating, whatever you need to do, and go talk to them yourself, okay? Bye.